I know it feels rough if you've planned a really good first date, you feel like the conversation flowed pretty well, you paid her a compliment, to constantly hit that wall of, I just didn't feel a connection. In this video, I'm going to explain to you now a few of the key reasons which are driving women to be so tough on their first date standards, and then also give you some practical tools that you can use to sail through into that second date. When I'm coaching women, they often say to me, Hayley, I'm doing the dating app thing to feel like I'm doing something, but I don't really like them, and that's not how I see myself meeting my future partner. It's almost like you're starting the 100-meter sprint, but you're 50 meters behind at the beginning because her expectations are so low for that date, and you have none of that personal connection that you would have had if you'd met in real life. Women do have fantastically high romantic ideals about what a first date should feel like. And it's special or unique or interesting. Often actually when two people meet who are effectively strangers, things inevitably feel kind of neutral. This really jars with the romantic ideals she grew up with, yet all of those 90s and noughties TV shows and pop songs which said that your romance should feel like a huge spark. When that spark and that feeling isn't there, she's quick to dismiss that as a dating opportunity. Particularly if you're dating women from, say, their late 20s into their 30s or their early 40s, wow, this is a stressful time for women to date. They often feel like there's a huge opportunity cost to choosing the wrong partner, and they will often feel guilty to explore relationships with guys who seem perfectly nice, but where there's no spark, because she'll feel like she's leading you on. Add all this together, and what you get is women being super tough in terms of first date standards. But remember, this isn't about you not being enough. It's about the dating environment that she's in and actually the pressure that she's under to make a good call, which inevitably leads her to make some really bad calls when it comes to choosing guys to go on a second date with. Consciously shift from relying on dating apps to meeting women in the real world. Real world meetings inevitably have more impact. Whilst she might be hit with overwhelming interest online, in the real world, you may well be the only guy that week, that month, or even that year who's had to ask her out in real life. If you're just starting to meet women in the real world, probably the easiest places you can go to are going to be events that are specifically targeted for singles. This is your lock and key parties, your speed dating events. One tiny tactical change you must do is if you like a woman, if you're vibing with her, ask for her phone number then and there. Don't wait on any matching system afterwards. Women respond really well to direct action. It shows confidence. It shows you're really choosing and pursuing her. This resonates so much more than a guy who does a lazy ask out on an app. Stop shooting for hanging out and coffee dates. These often can feel too low effort, too woolly, too unexciting. So while she might show up, does it really set the stage for her to feel impact and to feel excitement? No. A simple shift in phrasing from we should grab a coffee or hang out sometime to I'd like to see you again, when are you free next week? And then setting a clear and tangible plan. She can walk into that date feeling just a little bit more excited. Again, you're not starting that race from 50 meters behind, you're starting to give yourself a competitive advantage. That date doesn't have to cost tons of money. If you're a dinner and drinks guy, great. If you want to do the coffee, that's fine, but just don't sit down in a coffee shop, particularly not a chain coffee shop, and interview her. Get that coffee to go, take her for a nice walk, bring a game of Travel, Scrabble or Uno. Mixing it up by changing your scenery and participating in an activity together is going to start to frame that date as much more unique. Again, these are pretty simple steps that you can take to set yourself apart from the competition. If she walks away from that date being like, was that a date? We're in trouble here, guys. Instead, we need to create that impact with her. Good first dates don't feel entirely comfortable. There needs to be tension, that spark in the atmosphere. Easy ways that you can create that tension are with a direct compliment. You look great. You can also wrap the date by saying very clearly, look, I had fun today, I'd like to see you again. These simple statements of clarity around what you're thinking and feeling do a lot to create tension. You have to tell her the specific reason why you're sat down that day with her. Women do not want to go on dates with guys where they feel that the guy is just going through the motion, going after whatever woman he can get, throwing mud against the wall, hoping something sticks. That is so unattractive. Some golden lines you can use would be things like, there was a reason I was excited to see you again, or there was a reason I wanted to get to know you better. Or, now you've said that thing about yourself, now I feel like there's more I want to get to know about you. What this does is it clearly creates a plot line for the woman where you're actively choosing to pursue her because of something she's done that excites you, with these moments of tension and excitement that allow her to go, hang on, maybe there's something here, and starts to separate you out from all those other guys who are simply playing their first dates way too safe.